Okay, very good morning to all of you. I'm interacting with the fourth semester AI and Big Data class, and we are discussing about graphs and trees, is it? So in the last session, we had discussed about the complete graph, what we mean by complete graph, regular graph. We know that if we're dealing with the complete graph with n vertices, then that complete graph will be n minus one regular graph even, is it? We all know that what is the difference between complete graph and regular graph. In the complete graph, if we pick any two vertices, we will have a connection. But if we are dealing with the regular graph, then the degree of each and every vertex will be same. That's it. So complete graph is always regular, but अगर graph regular है तो वो complete ना भी हो, ठीक है? We will be having we may have complete graph. We may have two regular graph with 5 vertices. We may have two regular graph with 7 vertices. We may have two regular graph with 9 vertices. Is it? तो complete है वो regular होगा, regular है वो complete ना भी हो. Is it? So that is one way. After that, we had discussed some of the example. ये भी बात हो चुकी थी. Let me go. Before that, we discussed this. Is it types of graph? Bipartite already discussed. Screen visible है ना? ठीक से देखो तो. Raj, Pradeep, मेघना, प्रांजुल.
Yes sir. Clear एकदम.
Weighted graph की बात हो चुकी है. Is it? हाँ या ना? Weighted graph, yes or no?
हाँ sir.
Good. ये मैक्सिमम डिग्री वाली भी बात हो चुकी है, मुझे याद है. ये भी बात हो चुकी है. Now subgraph. Now what we mean by the subgraph of a graph? Now what I'm loading you guys for the actually all these topics now. जो भी basic हम ले रहे हैं. Our aim, our purpose is to switch over to the isomorphism of a graph. Isomorphism graph. When we can say that two graphs are isomorphic to each other. Isomorphic. Okay. For that, yet we need 2-3 definition. और आज के सेशन में हम आइसोमॉर्फिज्म तक पहुंचने वाले हैं, and that isomorphism is very important topic. Very important topic. Surely one of the question for the full marks will be there in your final paper related to this particular topic, isomorphism. For that we need to deal with the subgraph, components of graph, and some of the different types of graphs. So let's start today's discussion with the subgraph. What we mean by when we can say that one of the graph is a subgraph of other graph. Is it? Now before that, let's recall when we are saying that set A is a subset of set B. If all the elements of set A are present in set B, then surely we can say that set A is a subset of set B. And the notation for the subset. Here we are dealing with the subgraph, but I'm just recalling you. If set A is like this, 1, 2, 3, and set B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it? It's clearly observed that all the elements of set A are present in set B. So we can say that set A is a subset of set B. Is it? This is the notation for the subset. Is it? In many of the book for the subset they are using this notation, or in many of the standard book they are using this notation. Now both these notations are for the subset. Okay. So the same concept will be here regarding to the subgraph. सबसेट की बात जिस तरीके से डिफाइन थी इसी तरीके से डिफाइन है सबग्राफ. Now when we can say that one of the graph is gonna act as a subgraph of the other if the vertex set and the edge set both are the subset of the actual graphs, vertex set and edge set, then that particular graph will be known as a subgraph. क्या बात कर रहा हूं देखिए. Let me just say, suppose I am dealing with the two different graphs. I'm labeling one of the graph as G, small g, and another graph as capital G. Now, right now, be with इस definition को बाद में देखते हैं, पहले समझ लेते हैं, ठीक है? vertex set. We all know that how we can represent the graph. Graph represent करने के लिए हमको दो set define करने हैं. कौन-कौन से दो set? उसका vertex set और उसका edge set. Is it? So small graph, small g graph. ये जो graph है उसका vertex set में define कर रहा हूँ v dash and edge set में label दे रहा हूँ g dash. These are just the labeling. Is it? This represents the vertex set of graph G. This represents the edge set of graph small g. Similarly, for capital G, vertex set and edge set I'm going to define as regular notation capital V, capital E. Now, if that V dash is subset of V as well as E dash is subset of E, if this condition satisfies, if this particular condition, if both the conditions holds, both this condition satisfies, then we can say that this graph G is going to act as a subgraph of capital G. And in the notation, we will be labeling like this, G is a subgraph of capital G. Is it as simple as that? Now, let's hopefully you guys are good with this. Hopefully ये समझ में आ रहा है सभी को. किसको doubt है? Hopefully you guys are good with this. You may drop your message on the chat box. You may acknowledge on the chat box. I'm already in there with my cell phone, so I can access your chat box. Yes. So almost most of you are getting this. Good. Now let's try to understand the definition. A graph G with the vertex set V dash and E dash is called the subgraph of graph capital G if the vertex set of first graph is subset of the second one. Is it? V dash is subset of capital V and E dash is subset of capital E, and each edge of G, small g, has the same end vertices in G as in G. Small g, जिस small g में हर एक edge के जो end vertices है वही capital G में भी है. That means यही होना चाहिए. Capital V dash must be subset of capital V and capital E dash must be subset of capital E. Then we can surely say that small g is going to act as a subgraph of capital G. Now we are having some of the observation for the subgraph. क्या है? A single vertex of G is a subgraph of G. A single vertex of G is a subgraph of G. Observe this. आऊंगा मैं फिर से यहाँ पे थोड़ी देर में. Then after, a single edge together with its end vertices or end points is also a subgraph of G. कोई एक vertex अगर ले ले तो भी वो subgraph होगा. कोई एक edge ले ले with their vertices, with their end vertices, तो वो भी subgraph हो सकता है. A graph G itself as subgraph, ये तो बहुत ही simple सी बात है. We know that the concept related to set theory, each and every set is subset of itself. हर एक set है वो खुद का subset तो है ही. हर एक set null set है वो भी खुद का subset है ही. Is it? So in similar way, a graph G is a subset of itself. खुद का subset होगा ही होगा. Subgraph होगा ही होगा. Sorry. A subgraph of G is a subgraph of actual G. कोई एक subgraph आप define कर रहे हो G का, उसको मैं label कर रहा हूँ small g से. अब small g का और एक कोई subgraph आप ले रहे हो, suppose के H. H is a subgraph of small g, G is a subgraph of capital G, then surely H is going to act as a subgraph of G. It is over there in the property number 4. Now, let's try to identify some of the subgraph with one of the example. Let me erase all this ink. Okay. Now focus on this particular graph. I'm labeling this graph as graph G. This is the graph G, capital G, and this is small g1. This is the graph small g1. Observe. Now you need to identify whether g1 is going to act as a subgraph of G or not. Observe the vertex set. In the graph g1, we are having vertex v1, v2, v3, and v4. Is it? Edges are 1, 2, 3, and 4. The similar components are there. V1, V2, V3, V4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's nothing but one of the component of this particular graph. So surely graph G1 is going to act as a subgraph of graph capital G. Yes, that is true. Second, observe this. This is the second graph only. सेकेंड ग्राफ को मैंने लेबल किया हुआ G2 से। सेकेंड ग्राफ मैंने ऐसे लिखा है, देखिए एक वर्टेक्स ले ली मैंने V2, दैट्स ऑल। एक सिंपल सी वर्टेक्स ले ली मैंने फ्रॉम दिस पर्टिकुलर ग्राफ, उसकी कोई एज नहीं ले रहा हूं मैं, आई एम जस्ट हैविंग अ सिंगल वर्टेक्स, ओके। और इस ग्राफ को मैं बोल रहा हूं कि दिस इज ग्राफ G2, ग्राफ G2। नाउ as I said in the first observation, a single vertex of graph G is also a subgraph of G. Now what is this? अगर इस ग्राफ को मैं लेबल, इस ग्राफ को अगर मैं नाम देना चाहूँ तो क्या है? This is a null graph, is it? This is a null graph. कोई ऐसा ग्राफ कि जिसमें कोई एजेस है ही नहीं, then such graph is known as a null graph. So this is the null graph, and this is surely going to act as a subgraph of graph G. So G2 is also a subgraph of capital G. Even you may define your one of the graph like this, V1, कोई एक ही vertex ले लीजिए V1, इसको कोई और नाम दे दीजिए, suppose this is small G3, then surely G3 will act as a subgraph of capital G. Is it like that? Similarly, now observe this fourth one, G3. Suppose this is your G3. Let me erase this. Yes, this is G3 graph. In that G3, the vertex set is V2, V4 and V5. Observe here, V2, मैंने इतना component लिया है, V2, V4 and V5. And I had not kept, मैंने वो एक parallel edge है जो 6 वाली, वो नहीं ली यहाँ पे, ठीक है। पर जो भी edge है 4, वो यहाँ पे है। क्या आपको क्या ध्यान में रखना है? 4 vertex, sorry, edge जो 4 नंबर की जो edge है, उसके both उसके दोनों end vertices V2 and V4, or in other words I can say H4 connects V2 to V4. Here also H4 connects V2 to V4. H5 connects V4 to V5. Here H5 connects V4 to V5. H7 connects V2 to V5. Here H7 connects V2 to V5. So surely it's gonna act as a subgraph of graph G. So G3 है, वो भी subgraph है. Similarly, this particular graph G4. Observe this. Observe the vertex set V3, V4, V2 and V5. We are having V3, V4, V2 and V5. One of the component, उसमें से छोटा सा एक टुकड़ा मैंने उठा लिया. But what we need to take care, अब यहाँ पे किसी को ऐसा लगे कि सर 8 सेट 8 जो 6 है ना, वो तो इस तरीके से कर्व वाला था, और आपने यहाँ पे एज जो है 6, वो तो 7 की जगह पे नाम दिया है। नहीं, what we need to take care, 6 connects 6 एज नंबर 6 जो है वो किसको कनेक्ट कर रही है? V2 से V5 को। यहाँ पे भी 6 किसको कनेक्ट कर रही है? V2 to V5 only. So yes, we are good with this. V4 connects V2 to V4, V4 connects V2 to V4. Yes, there you are. And we set edge number 3 connects V3 to V3 to V4. Here also edge 3 connects V3 to V4. So सारे वर्टेक्स सेट है ग्राफ G4 के, सारा वर्टेक्स सेट है ग्राफ G4 का, वो ग्राफ कैपिटल G का सबसेट है ही है। और जो एज सेट है, इफ आई एम गोइंग टू लिस्ट आउट द एज सेट ऑफ दिस G4, इसके चलिए वर्टेक्स सेट और एज सेट को मैं डिफाइन करता हूं। इसका वर्टेक्स सेट क्या होगा G4 का? दैट इज V3, V4, V2, V3, V4, V5. V2, V3, V4, V5. Is it? And what will be the edge set of graph G4? Edge set will be 3, 4 and 6. 3, 4 and 6. Now observe both these sets. ये जो V है, जो कि ग्राफ G4 का vertex set है, that is the subset of the vertex set of actual graph G. Similarly, edge set of graph G4 is also going to act as a subset of edge set of graph G. So both the conditions satisfies. So we can say that G4 is a subgraph of graph G. G4 is a subgraph of graph G. Are we good with this? Are we good with this? How many of you are good with the concept related to subgraph? Acknowledge on the chat box right now, or if there is any query, any doubt, then let me know quickly.
Sir, it's compulsory.
Sir, in starting I wasn't there. So please will you tell me what you taught in just first 10 minutes?
Sure, Pranjul, I cannot repeat the entire thing. It will be good if
No, I was there from you when you started this G two subset graphs.
Do one thing.
Before that, when you were in the first paragraph.
Yes, Pranjul. When I'm going to end the session, you will be here in the meet and we will discuss that. Okay? So wait.
Okay,
I cannot waste the time of entire class. Yes, please. Any other doubt?
सर एज वेट कंपलसरी है एज को डिटरमाइन करने के लिए?
क्या एज को यहाँ पे मैं लेबल किया, वो बात कर रहे हो?
यस सर.
Yeah, we need to label the edges ना, then and then we will able to understand कि edge 7 है वो किसको कनेक्ट कर रही है, V2 से V5 को, या फिर इसका मतलब ये नहीं है this is not the weighted graph. Okay, might be possible, it's quite possible it will act as a weighted graph, but right now this 1 2 3 4 5 6 जो भी मैंने नाम दिए बेटा, वो सिर्फ एज को रिकॉग्नाइज करने के लिए दिए. ठीक है, you may use the notation E1 E2 E3 like that. Okay, but when we are dealing with the concept related to subgraph, it will be good if we are labeling our edges. It will be good. Okay, then and then we will understand. Yes. Any other doubt related to this? Pranjul will get back to your question at the end of the session. Okay? याद करवाना अगर मैं भूल जा रहा हूं तो.
Okay, sir.
Any other doubt, please?
No, sir, it is clear.
Yes, please. Okay. Then I'm moving forward. Now, we are having types of subgraph. Edge disjoint subgraph, vertex disjoint subgraph. अब वो क्या है? Okay, मैं दो नाम लिख रहा हूं. Before giving the definition of edge disjoint subgraph, vertex disjoint subgraph, edge disjoint subgraph, disjoint subgraph. And second one I'm going to define, that is vertex disjoint subgraph. Subgraphs. I cannot write subgraph. I need to use subgraphs. Is it? Because it will be always in the plural form. अब मैंने अभी तक तो डेफिनेशन दी नहीं है कि कब हम बोल सकते हैं कि दो सबग्राफ है, वो एज डिसजॉइंट है या फिर वर्टेक्स डिसजॉइंट है. बट आई एम डैम श्योर फ्रॉम योर साइड वन ऑफ यू विल surely gonna define this. Let me ask to Raj. Raj, define कर पाएगा when we can say that two subgraphs are vertex disjoint? Try कर.
दोनों एक भी सेम वर्टेक्स ना हो.
Correct, exactly same, exactly correct, perfect. And similarly define कर एक disjoint subgraph को.
सर एक भी सेम एज ना हो.
क्या बात है, एकदम सही, बिल्कुल सही. अब थोड़ा सोच क्या वर्टेक्स डिसजॉइंट सबग्राफ है? अगर वी आर डीलिंग विद द वर्टेक्स डिसजॉइंट सबग्राफ, तो क्या वो एक डिसजॉइंट सबग्राफ होगा ही होगा कि नहीं होगा?
यस सर, होगा ही
होगा. बिल्कुल सही. और अभी एक और क्वेश्चन, लास्ट क्वेश्चन तुझे बेटा. अगर एज डिसजॉइंट सबग्राफ है तो क्या वो वर्टेक्स डिसजॉइंट सबग्राफ होगा?
कंपलसरी नहीं है ना.
यस, देयर यू आर. दिस इज नॉट ट्रू. एज डिसजॉइंट है तो वो वर्टेक्स डिसजॉइंट ना भी हो, ऐसा हो सकता है. पर अगर वर्टेक्स डिसजॉइंट सबग्राफ है तो वो एज डिसजॉइंट सबग्राफ होगा ही होगा. लेट मी शो यू द डेफिनेशन ऑफ बोथ दिस. आई एम नॉट गोना utter a single word. We are supposed to go through both the definitions first. All of you are supposed to go through both the definition. Mohammed, are you there? Mohammed, are you with us?
Yes, sir.
Good. Are you getting all the points?
Yes, sir.
Good. Meghna, are you there? Mansi, are you there? Rishabh आज सुबह से नहीं बोला कुछ.
सर आज जस्ट जॉइन राइट नाउ सर, आज लेट हो गया मैं.
अरे यार पूरा
सर आपने अभी तक क्या डिस्कस किया सर?
वो अभी नहीं बता सकता, सभी का टाइम वेस्ट होगा. यू नीड टू गो थ्रू द
टॉपिक का नाम बता दीजिए.
सबग्राफ, देन आफ्टर वर्टेक्स डिसजॉइंट सबग्राफ. एक ही टॉपिक डिस्कस किया अब तक तो सबग्राफ. ठीक है,
ओके सर.
पर अभी उस स्लाइड पे मत जाना, तू यहाँ पे रहे जल्दी से. Hopefully all of you are good with this. Vertex disjoint subgraph. Two or more subgraphs of graph G are said to be vertex disjoint if they do not have any vertices, do not have vertices in common. कोई common vertex है ही नहीं दोनों subgraph में, तो vertex disjoint है. Similarly, if they are not having any edge common, then both the subgraphs or more than two subgraphs will be said as edge disjoint subgraph. अब दिखाता हूं मैं आपको, देखिए types of subgraph. फिर से वही definition है, but just observe this particular example. This is my actual graph G. This is my one of the graph G. Is it? What vertex set of graph G, V1, V2, then after V3, V4, and V5, is it? And number of edges we are having, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is my graph G. Now, this is one of the component, one of the subgraph G1. This is G1. Surely it's going to act as a subgraph of G, yes or no? G1 is subgraph of capital G. क्यों ऐसा है? क्योंकि vertex set जो G1 में है वो V2, V1 है. V2, V1 उसको जो edge connect करी है, that is 1. वो भी यहाँ पे वही है, 1. So G1 is surely going to act as a subgraph of G. Similarly, G2 is going to act as a subgraph of G. G2 भी subgraph है. क्यों है? देखिए, G2 में जो vertex है V3 and V5. V3 is here, V5 is here. उसको जो edge connect करी है, that is 5. तो उसी को मैंने वही नाम दिया 5, is it? So V5 is also, G2 is also the subgraph of capital G, as well as observe G3. G3 is also subset of graph G. You can easily identify from this particular. This is the component. Okay. Now, अब देखिए यहाँ पे G1, G2 both are vertex disjoint subgraph. G1, G2 both are vertex disjoint subgraph. देखिए G1 में vertex है, that is V1 and V2. G2 में है, that is V3 and V5. Is it? Now, if we are having two vertex disjoint subgraph, तो उसमें edge common हो ही नहीं सकती ना, क्योंकि end point ही बदल जाएंगे. So G1 and G2 are vertex disjoint as well as edge disjoint. वो उसमें edge भी common नहीं है. पर देखिए, अब यहाँ पे देखिए, compare G2 and G3. Compare G2 and G3. The vertex set of G2 is V3, V5, and vertex set of G3 is V4 and V5. अब ये दोनों vertex disjoint नहीं है. If I'm going to talk about G2 and G3, तो ये vertex disjoint subgraph नहीं है, vertex disjoint subgraphs नहीं है, is it? But they are edge disjoint subgraph, क्योंकि दोनों में जो edge है, यहाँ पे 5 है, यहाँ पे 6 अलग है, is it? So यहाँ से आप एक conclusion कर सकते हैं कि edge disjoint subgraph, both these are edge disjoint subgraph. वो vertex disjoint subgraph हो, ये compulsory बात नहीं है, हो भी सकता है, नहीं भी हो सकता है. If you're going to compare G3 and G1, तो ये दो ग्राफ edge disjoint भी है और vertex disjoint भी है. Is it? Conclusion is that अगर vertex disjoint subgraph है तो वो edge disjoint subgraph होगा ही होगा. पर अगर edge disjoint subgraph की बात कर रहे हैं तो vertex disjoint subgraph ना भी हो. Is it? Now go through each and every word of this particular slide. I'm giving you 2 minutes and let me know कितना doubt है. And let me know if you are having any doubt, please let me know. Let me erase some of the unwanted stuff from the screen. I'm giving you 2 minutes. I'm giving you 2 minutes. You need to go through each and every word of this slide. You need to go each and every word of this slide. And you are supposed to acknowledge on the chat box. Same for the chat box. Kalab, are you getting? Kalab? Just a minute. Are we good? Are we good with this? Meghna, Mansi, Preet, Pathik, Mohammed, Manav. Let me know how many of you are good with this.
Yes, sir. All good, sir.
Although this is the first section of the day, and I need all of you. अगर दिन का पहला सेक्शन अटेंड कर रहे हो तो पूरी एनर्जी के साथ होना चाहिए, इज इट ना? तो ऐसे ही बैठे मत रहो. बताओ, नहीं समझ में आ रहा तो बताओ, दूसरी कोई तरीके से समझेंगे हम. Is it? इसको प्रॉब्लम? Last time I'm asking. Are we good with this?
Yes, sir.
Vertex disjoint subgraph is always going to act as a edge disjoint subgraph, but it is not compulsory like that. कि edge disjoint subgraph है वो vertex disjoint होगा ही होगा. हो भी सकता है, पर होगा ये compulsory बात नहीं, ठीक है? That is written in the remark. That is written in over here. The similar thing is there in the remark 1 and 2. Vertex disjoint subgraphs are always edge disjoint subgraphs. Edge disjoint subgraph may have vertices in common, so cannot be vertex disjoint subgraphs. Okay, not that. The similar thing I am giving on the screen with the bigger font, so you may understand this. That's it. We are good up to this. Let's move ahead. Now, complement of a subgraph. Complement of a subgraph. Let graph G, we have a graph G with the vertex at V and E. G1 is one of the other graphs with the vertex at V1 and E1. G2 having a vertex at V2 and E2. Now, the scene is like that. We are having two, this is the actual graph G, and we are having two subgraphs, G1 and G2. G1 and G2 both are the subgraphs of G. That means, let me denote over here. G1 is going to act as a subgraph of G. Even G2 is going to act as a subgraph of G. We are not having any relation between G1 and G2, but we are having relation of G1, G2 with G. G1 है वो G का subgraph है, G2 भी subgraph है G का. Now, then G2 is called complement of G1. अब ये तो subgraph है, देख लीजिए. Suppose this is my graph G, this is my graph G. Observe, this is graph G. In the graph G, we are having vertex V1, V2, V3, V4. And that set को मैंने list out किया 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. बहुत आसानी से आप identify कर पाओगे कि G1 is a subgraph of G, is it? And G2 is also a subgraph of G. Now, बहुत सिंपल सी बात है. देखिए, कॉम्प्लीमेंट किसको बोलते हैं? दो सबग्राफ को एक दूसरे के कॉम्प्लीमेंट किसको बोलते हैं? अगर मैं इन दोनों को मर्ज कर दूं ना, if I'm going to add all this, अगर इन दोनों को मैं ऐसे स्ट्रेच करके घुसा दूं, एक दूसरे के ऊपर रख दूं, then surely we will have a graph G. इन दोनों को एक साथ मर्ज कर दूं, इसको थोड़ा सा इस तरफ खींच दूं, इसके ऊपर रख दूं, then surely this V1 will be here, connected here. This V3 will be same. It will be same vertex, is it? So in that case, we will be having entire graph G. Entire graph G. So अगर ऐसा हो रहा है, दो आपके पास सब ग्राफ है जिसको मिला के पूरा ग्राफ G बन रहा है ना, then we can say, then surely we can say both that subgraphs, that means G1 and G2 are complement of each other. G2 is known as a complement subgraph of G1 and G1 is known as a complement subgraph of G2. Are we good? Then G2 is called complement of G1 when H set of second graph is E minus E1, different set of E minus E1, and V2 is V2 contains only the vertices of V which are incidents with the edges of G2. पर बात तो वही हुई, इन दोनों को मिला के पूरा ग्राफ बनना चाहिए G. Then we can say that G1 is complement of G2 and G2 is complement subgraph of G1. ठीक है? Are we good? Once again giving you 2 minutes. Once again giving you 2 minutes. Go through this, please. Let me check how many of you are attending this. You're having 50 out of 53 on my screen. So we are having 47 or 47 students in this meeting. Okay, I'm good with this. You're supposed to acknowledge on the chat box. Are we good with this? Complement subgraph समझ में आ रहा है सभी को, ठीक है ना? कोई बड़ी बात नहीं. It is quite basic. Now spanning graph. This is important. अब spanning tree, spanning graph आपने कहीं तो पढ़ा हुआ है. कोई बताएगा मुझे what we mean by spanning graph or spanning tree? You had already learned this particular concept in your some of the other subject might be in the DS data structure. Is it? Is there anyone from the audience who can explain what do you mean by spanning tree? Hello. Am I audible to you? Am I properly audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, बता प्रांजल, पता है तुझे स्पैनिंग सबग्राफ किसको बोलते हैं? अथवा तो स्पैनिंग ट्री बता दे, कोई बात नहीं.
सर जिसमें साइकिल ना हो, मतलब हर एक एज जो है, मतलब हर एक वर्टेक्स जो है वो मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ एजेस से जुड़ी हो.
ओके.
सर ग्राफ का तो नहीं पता, स्पैनिंग मतलब पता.
स्पैनिंग पूछ रहा हूँ.
मतलब एक्सटेंडेड फ्रॉम साइड टू साइड, वो ब्रिज जैसा होता है ना जो कनेक्ट किया हुआ ऐसा.
और कोई?
सर जो कैसे ना कैसे कनेक्टेड हो.
कैसे ना कैसे कनेक्टेड हो. ठीक है. Compare this. Identify this. A subgraph of G. Let me label that particular subgraph as G1. One of the subgraph of graph G, with the labeling G1, is called the spanning subgraph of G if G1 contains all the vertices of G. If G1 contains all the vertices of G. ऐसा एक सबग्राफ अगर आप फाइंड कर सके कि जिसमें सारी वर्टेक्स इंक्लूडेड है. किसकी सारी वर्टेक्स? तेरी मेरी नहीं भाई, एक्चुअल ग्राफ G की. We are having this is the actual graph G, is it? This is the actual graph G. अब देखिए इसमें कितनी वर्टेक्स है? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and J. Is it? And observe here. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and J. Vertex set is ditto same. If I'm going to list out the vertex set of this graph as G का vertex अगर मैं list out करूं V से, तो H का vertex भी वही होगा पूरा. Vertex set is ditto same and H set थोड़ा कम कर दूं. यहाँ पे एक additional edge देखिए यहाँ which connects A to B, या वो यहाँ पे नहीं है. So we are good with this. It's okay. It's fine. We can clearly observe that G is a G1. Sorry, here I had labeled with the H. यहाँ पे मैंने गलती कर दी. यहाँ पे G1 लिखा हुआ है और यहाँ पे एग्जाम्पल में मैं H लिख रहा हूँ. ठीक है, it's okay. It's identified as a G. It's fine. इसको ये मैं H बोल दे रहा हूँ ताकि नीचे के एग्जाम्पल से वो मैच हो जाए. ठीक है. Now, subgraph H of G is called a spanning subgraph of G if H contains all the vertices of G. अब देखिए H में जो vertex है और G में जो vertices हैं दोनों बिल्कुल सेम है. H से डिफरेंट है, पर ऐसा एक सबग्राफ आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है जिसमें सारी वर्टाइसेस कवर हो रही है G की. Then such subgraph will be known as a spanning subgraph. Take care for this. I'm defining spanning subgraph. ठीक है, वो थोड़ा अलग है. इसी कंसेप्ट को यूज करके हम स्पानिंग ट्री भी डिफाइन करेंगे. And at the same time, I will use the same logic. ट्री की जितने भी वर्टाइसेस है वो सारी कवर होनी चाहिए. कोई कनेक्शन अगर छूट गया, we are good with that. तो स्पानिंग ट्री, आप स्पानिंग ट्री बनाते थे बेटा, आप लोग भूल गए. आप कुछ ऐसा करते, याद है डीएस में? आई डोंट नो क्या नाम दे रहे थे, ए बी सी मिनिमम क्या बोलते थे आप उसको? शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ वाली बात. इज इट? ऐसी कोई ट्री है, यहाँ से 2 कनेक्शन और है, बी के पास एक कोई कनेक्शन है, यहाँ से 3 है या फिर 2 है, लाइक दैट. उसमें से आप शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ आइडेंटिफाई करते थे. वो स्पानिंग ट्री का ही कंसेप्ट है. हम वहां पे जाएंगे. दैट इट इज आल्सो इंक्लूडेड इन सिलेबस, बट राइट नाउ वी आर डीलिंग विद द स्पानिंग सबग्राफ. और बहुत सिंपल सी बात है, समझ में आ गया सभी को. इफ द वर्टेक्स सेट ऑफ graph and its subgraph are same, then the subgraph will be known as the spanning subgraph. Okay, let me move ahead. For that, we need to take care about this. Sorry. We need to take care about this. This is very, very important. Vertex set of graph and its subgraph, spanning subgraph will be always same. Then and then, वो spanning subgraph हो सकता है, वरना नहीं हो सकता. This is very, very important. Is it? This is actually the definition, nothing else. Here we are. जिसके लिए कब से ट्राई कर रहे थे वो ये isomorphism. Now, when we can say that two graphs are having isomorphism with each other. Oh, in other words, when I can say that graph G is isomorphic to graph H, or graph G1 is isomorphic to graph G2. Two graphs are said to be isomorphic if two graphs are said to be isomorphic if they have perhaps the same graphs, just drawn differently with different names. बिल्कुल सेम जैसा ही स्ट्रक्चर होगा, बस कुछ अलग लैबलिंग है. वर्टेक्स सेट को अलग नाम दिया हुआ है या फिर एज को अलग नाम दिया है. That means they have identical behavior for any graph. In simple words, थोड़ा इसको आसान बनाए, two graphs G1 and G2 are said to be isomorphic to each other if they have one-to-one correspondence between their vertices and the edges. Incidence relationship is preserved. One-to-one relationship between its vertex set as well as edge set. Now, what we mean by one-to-one relation? When we can say that one of the function is one-to-one? One-one function किसी को याद है? One-one function. Hello.
Yes, sir.
When we can say that a function is 1, 1. Suppose I'm having one of the domain, one of the codomain with me. This is
एक ही रिलेशन हो दोनों के बीच में, मतलब सर हर फंक्शन एक से ही कनेक्टेड हो, हर एक
yes.
से।
One is having connection with one only. Is it? This is one-to-one connection, one-to-one relation, one-to-one function. Is it? So there must be a one-to-one correspondence between their vertices as well as their edges. और जो इंसिडेंस वाला रिलेशनशिप है वो भी प्रिजर्व होना चाहिए। क्या कहना चाहता हूं मैं, रुक जाओ दिखाता हूं। Here it is. Let me define the isomorphism. Two graphs G1 and G2 are said to be isomorphic if they have one-to-one correspondence between their vertices, between their edges, such as incidents are preserved. You need to note that two graphs G1 and G2 are isomorphic if number of vertices are same, number of edges are same, then and then we will have one-to-one correspondence. Same number of vertices होने चाहिए दोनों ग्राफ में, same number of edges होने चाहिए. If G1 has n vertices of k degree, then G2 must have exactly n vertices of degree k. अगर G1 में 3 डिग्री वाले 5 वर्टेक्स है तो G2 में भी 3 डिग्री वाले 5 वर्टेक्स होने ही चाहिए. Is it? This is what I say that incidence is preserved and adjacency is preserved. अगर ये सारी कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई हो रही है, then surely we can say that two graphs are isomorphic to each other. Two graphs are isomorphic to each other. This is the mathematical definition for the isomorphic graphs. Isomorphic graphs. Two graphs G1 and G2 are said to be isomorphic if there exists a function, which is running from the vertex set of first graph to vertex set of other graph, such that that function is having one-one connection, one-to-one relation. Is it? One-one or one-one को हम कुछ और भी बोलते थे, अगर आपको याद हो, bijective. Is it? If f is, what is f? If I had defined one of the function which is running from the vertex set v1 to v2, what is the vertex set v1? But v1 is the vertex set of first graph g1 and v2 is the vertex set of second graph g2. And we are defining isomorphism between graph g1 to g2. So there must be a function running from first vertex set to second vertex set, which should be 1, 1. Second, if a and b is an edge in E1, if we are having one of the edge in the first graph g1, whose end vertices are a and b, that belongs to this E1, that means edge set of first graph. If and only if it's f of e, that means we must define the images, and we must have f of a comma f of b. This will be also one of the edge which belongs to E2, is an edge in E2 for any two elements a and b in the V1. The condition second, this particular second condition says that if vertices a and b are adjacent in G1, then f of a and f of b are adjacents in G2. Is it? This is what I'm saying about the preserves the adjacency relationship. Adjacency relationship. वो जो 3 बार मैंने स्क्रीन के ऊपर दिखाया आपको, the adjacency must be preserved. उसका मतलब ये होता है, we must have the similar kind of edge in second graph which connects the image of, which connects A to B. Is it? And consequently, the corresponding vertices G1 and G2 will have the same degree. Any function f with above property is called the isomorphism between G1 and G2. So this f will be known as the isomorphism, and two graphs G1 and G2 will be known as isomorphic to each other if this function is exists with both these conditions. So first of all, let me know इसमें से कितनी बात समझ में आ रही है, कितनी नहीं आ रही है. Feel free to ask. Feel free to discuss. Feel free to discuss. What's the time? कितना टाइम हुआ देखो तो एक बार. It's 9:50.
9:50.
Yes, we are not having that much time. Please go ahead. Please. रुकिए, मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल भी दिखाऊं ताकि आपको समझ में आएगा. Remarks. Isomorphism is equivalent relation itself. ठीक है. एक बार ये देख लीजिए. isomorphism is an equivalence relation of graph, as every graph is isomorphic to itself. Okay, इसके लिए ये slide, ये पूरी बात समझने के लिए कि you must be good with the equivalence relation, जो कि it is also a contain of our second unit, जो कि हमने second unit में रखा हुआ है. पर equivalence relation आपने पढ़ा हुआ है 12th में. So अगर आपको याद हो, when we can say that one of the relation is equivalence, that relation must be symmetric, then after reflective, as well as transitive, is it? So every graph is isomorphic to itself. If graph G is isomorphic to G, G1 is isomorphic to G2, then G2 is also, G2 must be isomorphic to G1, वो होगा ही होगा. And G1 is isomorphic to G2, G2 is isomorphic to G3, then surely G1 will be gonna act as a isomorphism. We may define isomorphism from G1 to G3, तो ये transitive भी होगा. ये जो बात कर रहा हूँ, that is about reflexive, this is about symmetric, and this is about transitive. और कोई रिलेशन है, अगर वो रिफ्लेक्सिव है, सिमेट्रिक है, ट्रांजिटिव है, तो वो इक्विवेलेंस ही है. सो अगर इसमें कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा तो डोंट वरी, क्योंकि ये पूरा कंसेप्ट हम सेकेंड यूनिट में कवर करेंगे, यूनिट 2. सो इट्स फाइन. अगर ये इसमें कुछ डाउट है तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. बट लेट मी गिव यू वन ऑफ द एग्जांपल. वेट कहां गया? Take another example. Okay, that I had covered in the second presentation. Okay, we are good. We will be dealing with the example isomorphism in the next session. Okay, but पहले ये बताइए, चलिए यहाँ तक कोई doubt है before this slide? Are we good with this? Are we good with this? How many of you are with this?
Yes, sir.
Good. I need to know about each and every person. Good. Very good. ठीक है. Perfect. Good. Okay. Now, yes, Pranjul, Rishabh, or 5-7 students were there. Those joined LAT. अब आप बताइए क्या डाउट था in the previous slides. Let's start it from the subgraph. Let me take you towards that. Okay. वो डिस्कस करने से पहले let me stop the recording क्योंकि उसकी जरूरत नहीं है अभी. हाँ बता प्रांजल.